Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1963 Olympia SM7 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time, along with the other SM models from Olympia, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. And this is basically the same as the SM9, which is one of the top typewriters, number 2 in my book. But it has a carriage shift, so it's a much heavier shift, and the keys are heavier as well. Also has a different shell, but as far as the mechanics go, it's really close to the SM9, which is the upgrade from this. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper, and this is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0, and the right one around 80. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale, and if you accidentally load that page a little crooked, you just use the paper release on the right side. Straighten that out, flip it back. Let's try that again. It's good enough. Oops, I did not hit that key hard enough. There we go. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit the slide space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. When you have it on single, it skips 2 half spaces. When you have it on the middle section, it skips 3 half spaces. When you have it all the way down, it skips 4 half spaces. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Super smooth and flawless. You can just type on this thing effortlessly all day, and it's got unique typeface, senatorial number 71, cubic font, really cool font, unique, pretty rare. And this is if you have an SM9 and you think it's too light and you enjoy a heavier touch, this is the one for you. If you have one of these and you want a lighter touch, then the SM9 is better for you. Okay, I'm going to pull that page out easy by using that paper release. Flip it forward, unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Shift on each side and shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit the MR button, allows you to go all the way to the end. Very good. Above that is the carriage lock. When you flip it up, it locks the carriage in the middle. Also locks the keys. To unlock it, you just flip that down. It allows you to type again and move the carriage. This is your touch control. There's a minus sign and a plus sign. The farther down you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster. And the lower you go, the less tension there is when you hit the keys. Tab on the keyboard here next to the space bar. Right now we have tab set on 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to clear all of them by flipping this switch to the front here, and that clears all tabs. So now we don't have any, but I always like to set one in the middle somewhere so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. By hitting that set button next to the space bar to the right, and it stops at that spot to clear that one tab and not all of them, you just hit the clear button, and that clears that one specific tab. But I'm just going to keep one set right there. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. And that's it for the keyboard. The hood pops completely off from the front, I believe. There we go. All metal. Heavy, durable. Olympia SM models are known for being the most durable typewriters of all time. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction manually, the side you want it to go to, just flip this switch towards the middle. And that's meant to catch the eyelid at the end of the ribbon. It'll catch on that and swap it automatically to the side it needs to go to. Very close to the SM9 as far as you could probably swap most of these parts. The design of the shell is a little different, but performance is pretty close to the same. Okay, that hooks into the back and snaps down like that. Carriage release on both sides. Because it's a deluxe model, if it's not a deluxe, you only got one on the right side, even if it is a SM I don't think the SM8 has it. So if you have an SM9, this is for the SM7 and the SM9. If it has the deluxe tag, you get a fancy tag in here that says deluxe, plus you get a left carriage release. And this is the paper support arm that flips up like a switchblade. Very cool. This is your left carriage release, super smooth. The Mercedes-Benz of typewriters for a reason. And if you move the line space selector all the way back, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it forward, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. Same concept if you pull the knob out. And you can push it in on this side too. I don't know if that's so you can get an easier grip on it. But that's for getting in between lines. And I believe some of them have, if you put it in between the all the way back in the middle, you can get in between lines like this without actually losing the line, because if you push it all the way back and you roll it, you lost your line. But if you put it in the middle between the 0 and the 1 and you hit the line space, you can sometimes get in between with some of these models, but this one might not be able to. It's not supposed to, but you can kind of get away with it, but it'll move on its own. And that's it. Now available on my website, brooksawantiques.com, or eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.